It's finally here. The SF90 XX is quite a beast. Especially if you're a fan of high-performance cars. It's basically the most aggressive version of the SF90, which is already a beast in its own right. Now, you might have heard of XX cars before. They've been around in various forms like the 599XX, the FXX, and the FXX K. But this one, well, it takes things to a whole new level. We're talking about everything from the design to the aerodynamics to all the tweaks and changes from the regular SF90. And, oh, don't forget about the interior. There are new seats in there, specially made for this car. Plus, they've stripped out and changed a bunch of other stuff to make this car seriously impressive. You see, it's the latest in Ferrari's lineup of supercars, and it's a real game changer. It takes the SF90 platform, which already had a powerful 4-liter twin-turbo V8 engine and 3 electric motors, and turns it into something even more track-focused. You can tell just by looking at it. The front splitter is longer, there are hood vents for better airflow, and oh, let's not forget about the massive wing at the back. They've made it lighter, more powerful, and just overall more awesome. The SF90 XX is the most powerful Ferrari ever produced, boasting 1030 horsepower, a 30 horsepower increase from the previous SF90 model. Now, let's dive into the engine details. Under the hood, you'll find a 4-liter twin-turbocharged V8 engine paired with 3 electric motors, 1 in the back and 2 up front. With all that power, there's not much room left for storage, but we'll get to that in a bit. The combustion engine now churns out 797 horsepower, up from 780 in the previous model, while the electric motors have been upped to 233 horsepower from 220. What does all this mean in terms of performance? Well, the SF90 XX can go from 0 to 62 miles per hour in just 2.3 seconds and to 124 miles per hour in a mere 6.5 seconds. The gearbox has been recalibrated, new pistons and a machined combustion chamber have been added, among other improvements. All these changes not only increase power but also reduce weight and add significant downforce. Speaking of downforce, the SF90 XX Straddle and XX Spider generate a whopping 530 kilos of downforce, which is double that of the previous SF90 model. The top speed is around 320 kilometers per hour, or just under 200 miles per hour. But what's really fascinating is the attention to aerodynamics. You'll notice a completely new look from the front with reworked bumpers and a distinctive adaptive sensor. The airflow is managed through the car and out via the S-ducts on the bonnet, adding 20% more front downforce compared to the previous model. Moving to the side, you'll see similar wheels to the SF90, but with options for lightweight carbon fiber wheels. Large scoops provide additional cooling towards the combustion engine, while aggressive side blades add to the overall aesthetic. At the back, more openings, aggressive bodywork, and a striking contrast color scheme. The adjustable spoiler from the previous SF90 model remains, along with a full-width taillight that emphasizes the car's width and sportiness. And let's not forget the first fixed wing on a production Ferrari since the SF90, a significant departure that underscores the influence of the XX program. And when you talk about colors and specs to make it stand out miles away, well, you got zero dyno with Giallo Moderna accents, giving it a sleek and stylish appearance. Now, let's delve into the technical aspects and what lies beneath the surface. It comes with Ferrari Dynamic Enhancer 2.0 and the ABS Evo system, first seen on the 296 GTB. The smart system allows for up to 30 extra power boosts while driving. The car has been tweaked for better performance and control. Its body is 9% stiffer, improving its side-to-side movement and reducing its tendency to roll by 10%. The front brakes have been upgraded and both front and rear brakes are bigger, giving it more stopping power. Now about the roof. The SF90 XX Spider has a foldable hardtop like the one on the SF90 Spider. This top can go up or down in 14 seconds, letting you enjoy driving in the open air with just a button push. The Spider also has a rear wing that can be adjusted to help with airflow. It's important to mention that the SF90 XX Spider will be quite exclusive, with only 599 being made, unlike the 799 units of the Straddle model. This scarcity will make the Spider very desirable among Ferrari's most elite clients and VIPs. Those lucky enough to get their hands on the Spider or the SF90 XX Straddle will be among a select group to enjoy these outstanding cars. Let's check out the inside updates of the SF90 XX. As we look at the aerodynamics, you'll see some updates, especially the blades near the front wheels. But focusing on the inside, to enter, you just press down to open the doors, like in other SF90 models. Once inside, you'll see major updates starting with the seats. Ferrari has introduced lighter seats called the best weight seats, which are 1.3 kilograms lighter than before. These are adjustable bucket seats designed for comfort and support. You can also choose a 4-point harness for racing, though a regular 3-point seatbelt is still an option. Looking around, the interior trim matches the car's color, with racing stripes for extra flair. The doors now have a slatted design for a more athletic look. The JBL sound system and various controls are seamlessly integrated into the doors. The dashboard is covered in Alcantara with a carbon fiber center tunnel. This tunnel strengthens the structure while keeping the car light. In the middle, there's an H-pad controller for the 8-speed DCT gearbox and some hidden storage space. The steering wheel looks the same, but now has grooves for better grip on the controls. There are buttons for the lights, cruise control, and the Manettino, which lets you switch driving modes, including a hybrid mode and an electric-only mode. One thing you won't see is carpets. Instead, there's a carbon fiber area for your feet, which makes the car lighter and adds to its racing vibe. In the middle, you'll see a special badge that shows this car is one of 799 made, and there's also a carbon fiber partition. This partition has a camera setup for the rear display, removing the need for a conventional rear-view mirror. And if you go for the 4-point seatbelts, there are special fittings for them. Let's have a look at the engine now. By pressing a button, we can open the front, and then pulling a tab, we open the engine area. Here, you'll see the hybrid system's electric motors at the front and the S-ducts that help with cooling. Because these parts take up space, there's not much room left in the front for storage, unlike the earlier SF90. But what you do get is a beautiful view of carbon fiber panels that make the car look even better. There's also a custom spec badge, but it's smaller to fit the tight space. If you look closer, you'll see the S-ducts that manage airflow for better aerodynamics and cooling. These might reduce storage space, but are key for the car's performance on roads or tracks. Let's go to the back to see the engine. It's impressive how it fits snugly down there. The new 8-speed gearbox allows it to sit very low, nearly touching the bottom. This engine is powerful, with almost 800 horsepower from a 4-liter twin-turbo V8 under a carbon fiber lid. As expected with Ferrari, the engine area is beautifully made, with great care for details. Now, let's look at the differences between the Straddle and the Spider next to us. This car has optional carbon fiber bucket seats, available in the SF90 or the 296, colored in Giallo Moderna to match the car's theme. Despite these changes, the inside looks familiar but includes a badge showing this is one of 599 made. And who can forget where the SF90 XX takes inspiration from? We have the SF90 Stradale, featuring the Aceto Fiorano package. This package includes special options like unique paint schemes, carbon fiber rims, and interior upgrades such as carbon fiber door panels. It also boasts a bigger rear spoiler and enhanced shock absorbers for better handling. Choosing the Fiorano package, though, means you can't have the car lift option. But let's move on to the new paint scheme for the SF90T, a stunning Bianco Artico with flash orange highlights. There are also versions in Azzurrodino with Giallo Modena highlights and Rosso Corsa with bare carbon fiber elements. Ferrari is a brand known for its incredible cars, with a history that is truly remarkable. At the heart of Ferrari's ongoing story is the SF90 XX, a car that represents everything Ferrari stands for. This car is part of Ferrari's tradition of producing highly exclusive, limited edition models, showing how the company continues to lead in the world of luxury sports cars. Over the years, Ferrari has introduced several special cars, each with its own unique background. For instance, the 430 Scuderia 16M and the 599 GTO are limited edition models that car enthusiasts dream of. These cars are not just vehicles, they are pieces of Ferrari's storied history, reflecting the brand's commitment to excellence and innovation. Ferrari's achievements in racing are also noteworthy. The 296 GT3 and 488 GT3 race cars, for example, have shown Ferrari's dominance in motorsports, securing victories at prestigious races like Le Mans. These race cars underscore Ferrari's engineering prowess and competitive spirit. However, Ferrari's appeal is not limited to just the latest models. The company has a rich heritage of producing stunning cars from the 1960s, which remain highly sought after by collectors. These vintage Ferraris are not only beautiful, but are also significant for their contributions to the brand's legacy. Thanks for joining me. What do you think of the SF90XX lineup? Share your thoughts below. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more content.